Hey, what's up, hello? My name is Emma. I am here with Red from Little Red Reader, and today we are going on the Unofficial City of Bones tour. It's Red's first time in New York, and I thought it would be a good idea to take her all over the city, and so we're doing that, but we're going to a bunch of different stops from the Mortal Instruments series. So basically, in the Barnes & Noble Collector's Edition of City of Bones, which is the hardcover with the new covers, there is a map. And on that map, it tells you 14 different locations in New York City and Brooklyn where everything in Mortal Instruments takes place. So I have mapped out all of those locations. We're going to them today. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a fun day. And I'm going to show you where I've noticed everything would really be in the Mortal Instruments series. So our first stop, we are in Harlem. We're walking to the Hotel du Moor. And we'll see if we can find any abandoned hotels. Under your bed. Okay, so we are currently in Harlem, and I believe we have found the Hotel du Moor. That building right over there with all the fire escapes on it. We were hoping. Okay, well, true. That one with the tree in front of it and everything.
They also have trees in front of it.
Okay, listen, Red. Unfortunately, there's no actual abandoned hotels around here, which we're a little disappointed about. We thought they might be at least one. But, I mean, this is definitely the area. We passed a church that was abandoned, but we've decided that that might be where Clary and Jace went to get the weapons to come to the Hotel du Moor.
You know?
Yeah, we figured that's probably the church they went to, and then this is where they went. So, although it's not an actual abandoned hotel, I'm pretty satisfied with our first stop at the Hotel du Moor.
Monsters stuck in your head.
See, this is the church that we thought that Jace and Clary probably would have stopped in order to get all the weapons to fight the vampires. So, I definitely think we hit the right spot. Right? Did we hit the right spot?
I think so. It looks pretty abandoned.
True, true. Alright, so we are currently at 99th and 1st Avenue, and I think we have found Takis. Obviously Takis is a fictional restaurant, so we weren't going to actually find one, and this isn't like a big restaurant-y area, but
It's kind of an interesting place to pick for Takis.
I know, right? I guess it's because it's close to the Institute, because the Institute is right down the road, and that's why they picked it, because it's in the same magical area. But I did always kind of imagine Takis as like a hole-in-the-wall kind of place that you wouldn't notice unless you knew it was there. And I feel like this door would definitely lead to an underground magical cafe. So although I feel like this is a weird area for Takis, I think this is definitely yeah, definitely. Okay, so basically we found the Institute that was closer to the actual location, but we found this church that looks way more like the Institute in my opinion. What do you think? I just feel like
more what I would have
yeah. Also in the movie it was on a street corner, so I'm like, oh, maybe this actually is closer. So it's not the exact location, but I feel like it definitely fits the aesthetics of the Institute more. I don't know. I think it's really cool, and I like this. It's definitely, yeah, exactly. Old and magical and gothic and everything. It's perfect.
One look in my eyes.
Okay, so we are currently at Turtle Pond in Central Park, which is the entrance to the ferry court. So you can see there's all the pretty water right across here and all the pretty trees. And we're just chilling here, and I feel like it's so surreal because I can just see Isabel leading all the shadow hunters and Simon and Clary down these rocks and into the water, because I'm pretty sure the ferry courts are right underneath the water, and that's the portal to get in. So we're just hanging here, just chilling, enjoying the beautiful weather, and taking some pretty photos, because this is probably my favorite part of Central Park, with Belvedere Castle and Turtle Ponds and everything. It's a really, really nice area, so this was definitely a good stop on our tour.
One misstep, you're mine. And you better stay clever if you wanna survive. Once you cross the line, you'll be wishing you would listen when you meet your demise. Your heart hits like a drum.
Well, the lighting here is horrendous and bright, but we are on Roosevelt Island, and we have arrived at Renwick Smallpox Hospital, which, if you don't remember, is the place where at the end of City of Bones, they have the gigantic battle with the Forsaken, and Valentine is there with Jace, and Luke and Pack are there. Just probably the craziest moment in City of Bones took place right here, which is the
Can you seriously see how much damage this has?
Look at that. That's all Valentine's fault. I guarantee it. Are you happy to be here?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Band of
It's so
Places
cool.
are like my thing.
We'll take them one by one. We're kings of the kill and we're out for blood. We never shoot to stun. We're kings of the kill and we're out for blood. We'll take them one by one.
So currently we're in Brooklyn. It took us quite a while to get around here because Emma doesn't know her way around Queens. Yeah, Red's like, nope, that was horrible. Emma, you took the complete wrong direction. Literally haven't won so far.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
We're fine. We're in Brooklyn. I have a better idea where we are now, but we have found Magnus' apartment. I kind of wish it was more like it was in the movie, where like Magnus has his own really cool door, but obviously this is Brooklyn, so it's not really like that. Of course, it's only fictional. But I mean, you know, this is definitely the correct area. I can definitely see Magnus running around here, but his apartment inside being like much more lavish and glamorous. And not
Magic has a lot for a place.
Yeah, exactly. So we're here, and next we're heading to Garraway Books.
Place to hide.
Right, so we are currently in the area of Garraway Books, so I would say we'll be right in between these few buildings right over here. This area definitely looks like somewhere that Luke would live and that Luke would have his bookshop at, and although I don't know if they actually filmed the City of Bones movie in this area, it definitely resembles that in the movie, which I think is much better aesthetic looking, that is similar to the actual book, so that's really exciting.
The chase has just begun.
Right, so we are in the area of the Pandemonium Club, which is definitely my favorite location in all of City of Bones, and I feel like where we are is definitely like a very good spot for like an underground club.
It does seem like, especially in the style of Pandemonium, it seems like it would be like right here like this.
Yeah, I feel like the entrance would be like underground, like on like a delivery entrance. Like this is basically where Pandemonium is, and that's a delivery entrance right there. And I'm like, I can just see only down where they're saying the sign to Pandemonium. You know what I mean? I know, right? It's very, very strange, but I think this is a very, very decent Pandemonium location, and I'm really satisfied with
I
this
feel like
one.
it's one of those places where like it looks all like kind of old and carbon on the outside, and then you walk in and it's nothing but
So
cool neon
cool
lights and
inside,
strobe lights. And
Now I just want to go to Pandemonium over here.
Your heart hits like a drum. The hunt has just begun. Monsters stuck in.
Okay, so we are here in front of the New York Marble Cemetery. Unfortunately, it's closed. It's not even dark out yet, so I don't think it should be
close at
closed.
6 or when it starts approaching sundown. It's not that weird.
Yeah, okay, I guess. It's just disappointing, but we're here at the Marble Cemetery. It's definitely a lot smaller than I expected it to be. I've never been to the Marble Cemetery before.
I know. I was
And I thought it was a
expecting
lot
to be
bigger and had a lot more graves
I feel
in
like that
it.
keeps
but-
happening. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? Everything just seems smaller than it actually
battery
should
park
be.
not nearly as big as better.
So yeah, so we're just chilling here. I think this would be a cool entrance to the City of Bones. I just wish it was bigger. You know, like I could see it being in this area, but I think it would need to be bigger. Yes, this is definitely very true. So it definitely is a very discreet entrance to the City of Bones. Alright, so we are in Chinatown currently, and we are at what I would believe to be the Hunter's Moon. I feel like this is definitely, if like the doors were open, I feel like that would be a good spot for a little bar.
The metal doors.
Yeah, it's really cool. I could totally see all the werewolves coming down here just to, you know, take a load off. But this is definitely Chinatown, and it's really, really cool down here, so I'm really glad we came here. I'm sure the lighting is getting really, really terrible because it's getting dark out and we're washed out by all these fluorescent lights. But we are in Chinatown still, and we are basically at the area of Luke's Pack headquarters. Now, from the outside to Mundane's, it looks like a Chinese restaurant, and as you can see, there's some Asian restaurants over here. And what I think is really cool about this area is there's also a Manhattan detention center right in this general area over here. So while they're not like right on top of each other, like I don't think they would build a Chinese place in the middle of a jail or something.
No, that would be weird.
A little impractical.
Even
but
for New York.
Especially for New York. But I think it's cool that like they're still like right next to each other, which I feel like has compared to like some good planning at that point.
Yeah.
So that you could, you know, like put them in the same area. I think it's a really great area for Luke's pack headquarters.
Monsters under your bed. We are monsters. Oh.
Okay, so we are back in Brooklyn in Williamsburg, and we have found Clary and Jocelyn's apartment, which is right behind us in the strip of apartments over here. And I can tell you that this is like straight out of City of Bones. This is exactly where they would live. It's exactly like where they did in the movie. It's like the stereotypical, like really nice Williamsburg apartment. So this is like easily where Clary and Jocelyn would live. So I'm really, really satisfied with this location.
You'll be wishing you would listen when you meet your demise.
Alright, well, unfortunately there's no actual Java Jones in Brooklyn, but we did find Java Joe's, which I think is more than close enough. I mean,
I didn't
look at
even
it.
check that one.
I know, right? That's so much better than we've gotten a lot of the locations here. But I feel like this is definitely like a quaint little coffee
I
shop
think the
that
only
like...
one that was like kind of on point was the Marble Cemetery, but that's only because it's like an actual landmark.
Yeah, and Renwick's too. Those are the only ones so far that were like definite. But Java Jones is pretty on point. I mean, it definitely looks like an area that
I feel like
Clary
I could probably just Photoshop the ending.
No, definitely just like insert an end there. It's close enough. No. But yeah, I feel like Clary and Simon would definitely come here like for coffee after school and stuff. It just definitely seems like a quaint little coffee shop. Wish it was still open, but you know, this tour is going a little late. So not everything is going to be open at this point. But I'm really happy that we found Java Jones. Definitely very satisfied.
Much better than I expected.
Yes.
Stuck in your head. Monsters under your bed. We are monsters.
Okay, so we are at our final stop on the City of Bones unofficial tour. We are at St. Xavier's Catholic Academy. This is true. Oh my God, Jesus. So this is St. Vladimir's. You can't really see it because it's very dark. I just said it again. I'm out of my mind. Right, that's Vampire Academy?
Yeah.
I hate myself. We're at St. Xavier's. This is St. Xavier's. You can't really see it. But this is a definite City of Bones location, so I'm very happy the last three were very, very accurate, and we got some really good ones. Some were like, oh, it was a little disappointing. But other ones were really, really great and really cool to see, and it was just a really crazy experience to be like, this is where my fictional characters like are. Like, they were here, they were doing things, and it was just super, super surreal. That being said, this tour, guys.
Oh my God, I literally have walked holes in my socks. Like I have actual holes in my socks right now, and my feet are gonna fall off.
Yeah, we got here at like 12:30. It's almost 10 o'clock, so this is one for the books.
Basically almost 10 hours of
Yeah.
walking, almost non-stop. A few subways here and there, but like most of it was non-stop walking.
So that was crazy. So you definitely have to be like me. Like, I feel bad for Red because Red is like, I'm just doing this for Emma because she's the best friend in the most entire world. But you have to be like as hardcore of a fan as me to actually like put yourself through this because it's been really, really crazy. But I'm still so grateful that we got to go.
Or I love a hardcore fan.
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to be involved with this book series in some crazy way. But I still had a great day. It was really great to see a bunch of parts in New York City that I haven't. And I got to show Red around, and she definitely got like the full New York City experience. And it was really, really great to see like all of these locations. And this is going to be an experience that I won't forget, I can tell you that much. But I think that wraps up this vlog. So thanks so much, Red, for sticking it out with me today. We're not gonna do anything tomorrow. We're just gonna rest and recuperate. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you are a hardcore fan and do want to take this tour yourself, I will leave all of the locations that we went to in the description of this video. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye!